Does every care provider need a dedicated recruiter, regardless of the size they are? Well, if you can afford one, I think absolutely you should. And really where we see the successes and the improvements in recruitment methods, it's when there's somebody who feels ownership of that and has the time to spend on what is becoming one of the most critical functions of any care business. Then of course, if we know we do want one, then the question is, who do we get? And many times I see providers recruiting a third party high street type recruiter, so someone with a recruitment experience. But you need to be cautious because high street recruitment is much more about sales with a bonus culture than it is about people staying for the long term. And an agency recruiter, their recruitment system and their responsibility stops at placement, usually at placement. And so in-house recruiters have a responsibility often for what we would call onboarding, for making sure people are turning up to training and getting them settled into the organisation. And they have some retention responsibilities too. And of course, if they've done a good job, they've built a relationship with the new starter and they may be the person that new starter feels the most affinity with and the most connection with. So in-house recruiters juggling lots of different things, time to hire, the cost to hire, the quality of hire. These are the sort of measures that they have mostly on their mind. And social care, of course, is a very unsalesy environment in the care world. So agency staff often struggle to make the transition from a classic high street recruitment operation into a care setting. We have seen successes, but just be cautious with those people because you think, oh good, they've got recruitment experience. It may not be exactly what you're expecting. In terms of successful recruiters, and I've come across many, and they have a range of backgrounds. But take, for example, extrovert and organised care workers looking for career progression. Some of the best recruiters I've come across have a care work background. They can convincingly sell the job. They know exactly what's involved and they know the sorts of people that will excel at it, and they do a very, very good job. But it's not for every frontline care worker. It wouldn't suit everybody. In many cases they have low self-esteem, low confidence, and they haven't got that kind of extroversion that you need and the level potentially of organisation to really make the role a success. I've also seen really good in-house recruiters coming from other sectors where there are, like human services sectors or hourly paid workers that they're managing or recruiting. So for example, from the restaurant trade, from manned guarding or from hospitality. So think outside the sector sometimes, look for those kind of people that have familiarity with dealing with lots of volume recruitment, and you might find they might well make a good transition into working as a successful recruiter with you. I've seen less success with generalist HR managers looking to become focused solely on recruitment in the care sector, because recruitment is a process with discipline. It has less reactivity in it and not the varied workload that an HR professional might usually come across or be used to or even want. So think quite carefully about who you choose for the job, and I think looking at existing care staff who might be suitable for the transition would be one of the first places I would look.